I see Peter as a young man who's starting to venture into an adulthood, and somebody who's kind of, along with everybody at that age, is really discovering who they are. And absolutely, I wouldn't describe him as as purely as a good guy. I wouldn't describe anybody in life as just like as like a bad guy either. There's some redeeming qualities there, and I think what this script does is it balances that, and it creates a complex character who in the end is even more complex than when the movie started. So I think that he's a bit misunderstood. In the second installment, Peter's biggest obstacle is he's just trying to survive, and society's kind of crumbling around him, and he's got to figure out what's his strongest allegiance, which faction gives him the best opportunity to get into a position of power. Peter is somebody who really wants to move up the ladder. He wants to be important, and he wants to be accepted, and he wants to be celebrated, and so I think that's his biggest challenge, is just trying to stay alive and figure out where what faction he should go to. Obviously, we're just kind of visually telling this wonderful story that Veronica Roth wrote. I think they've done a very good job of creating a world that makes sense. It's one that's going to make you think, and it's one that's dealing with this young female heroine who's discovering who she is and fighting for her independence and what she believes is right. Working on set it's a lot of fun because there's a lot of familiar faces to me. I mean, I've worked with Shailene for a couple of years now, and I got to work with Kate Winslet for the first time, and there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of people there from the first film. There's also a lot of people not there from the first film because characters were just being killed off left and right. But it's fun. I loved working with Robert Schwenke, the director, and the producers. I thought we're all just they're all very smart, passionate people who are trying to make a good film, and that's not always the case. Sometimes there's a bit of diversity there, but with this one, it seems pretty unified in terms of what film we want to make. I enjoyed shooting any of my scenes with Kate. I enjoyed shooting because she's just an incredible actress, and I think as an actor, that's when you really get better, is when you work with people of that caliber, and so that was a lot of fun. The little knife fight scene with me and Shay at the picnic table, that was cool because it was just like, reminded me of like The Matrix or something. The camera's spinning around, we're doing all this handwork.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from The Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey